Your soul is like these preserved lemons. Yellow, sour. I'm just kidding. Stick around to see what I mean, and I think you'll agree with me. This is the start of a fermentation series for Advent, loosely based on this book, The Patient Ferment of the Early Church. And since Advent is here, make sure you go get my free Advent devotional at advent.hungrytheologian.com. Preserved lemons are super easy to make. Cut off a 1/4 inch from the top and bottom, then cut each lemon into quarters, keeping the segments connected at the bottom. Add your lemons to a large bowl, and for 8 to 10 lemons, toss with a 1/2 cup of kosher salt and a 1/4 cup of sugar. Cover and refrigerate overnight. The next day, you'll see some liquid from the lemons. Add everything from the bowl, lemons, salt, and liquid, to a large jar. Press the lemons down as you add them to fit them all and squeeze out some of the juice. You want the lemons entirely submerged in liquid. Then cover the jar, label it, and leave it in the fridge for at least 3 weeks. The flavor will continue to develop the longer you wait. I went for a month and they taste great. You can use whole preserved lemons in Moroccan cuisine, like this beef and potato tagine, or you can cut off the pulp and slice the rind into these threads to put on a salad, or chop it finer for a pop of citrus and umami in a dressing, salsa, pesto, or simply on avocado toast. The transformation of a fermented ingredient can only happen slowly over an extended period of time. There's no such thing as instant fermentation. And that's what makes fermentation such a great metaphor for our growth in Christ. We live in an instant gratification culture, and if you're ever forced to wait for something, there are plenty of distractions to give you a quick dopamine hit. But God is rarely concerned with instant gratification. That's why Tertullian, a North African church leader in the 2nd and 3rd century, wrote that patience is at the heart of being a Christian. Patience is core to the character of God, and we see a profound exercise of patience in the incarnation as God's means of restoring humanity to himself. Christ's patience is evident all over the Gospels. Tertullian believed that Christians who practiced patience would draw outsiders to the church because people would be intrigued by this unique virtue. So how do you grow in patience? By trusting that God is patiently at work, making all things new. I'm in a season of life right now where I wish things were happening more quickly. For example, I want my YouTube channel to grow at a faster pace. But I'm learning to recognize the ways that God is slowly transforming me. When I look back at myself a year ago, or even 5 or 10 years ago, I can more clearly see some of those changes. There are some things that can only happen slowly over a longer time scale. We don't control God's pace, but we can trust that He's at work. And that's how your soul can be like these preserved lemons. If you want to learn more about the connection between food and spiritual formation, then check out this video.